Yeah, baby, welcome to another episode of Real Excitement. This weekend we're headed down to Struisbaai. Yeah, baby, welcome to another exciting episode of Real Excitement. Beautiful sunrise in Struisbaai. I'm here with a mate of mine and we're gonna target some cob off the beach. We did some netting yesterday, got a couple of mullet, and we're gonna put 1 or 2 mullet out. This morning while we wait for the tide, we might look for a Galjoen or 2. We do have some bloodworm as well as 1 or 2 moonshine worm. Got my friend Stefan Oosthuizen. He stays down here, absolutely epic fisherman. He is a guide down here and I would highly recommend him. Most of the folks I know go out with him and he's forever sending me good photos. He's a good conservationist. He tags and releases most of his fish, so when you're down here, you give him a call, he will put you on the fish. So while we're fishing off the beach, we put a couple of mullets out, 2 or 3, and then in between we've got 2 small sticks which we're using worm, bloodworm, moonshine worm. There's a couple different types of worms. It's a bit weird fishing with worms because coming from KZN, you're not allowed to. So it's still new to me in the game, but it's super successful. We've got a lot of little bites. Managed to land 1 or 2 things, little steenbras, little hound shark. And we lost 1 or 2 things. Unfortunately, nothing on the mullet on the first day.
The minimum length of a fish you want to tag has to be 30 centimeters fork length. So this little steen is 34, so it's perfect tagging size. Steenbras is your endemic species of South Africa. It's become quite a rare catch the last few years, just through estuary degradation and through guys not catching their quotas. There you go.
So we went back home, netted for some more mullet that evening, and on Saturday the search continued. Okay, I'm just pulling my trace out now. I've already put my sinker out. I've got a 7-ounce sinker. I put it out early, let it just sit there, dig into the sand. Get lacquer seated. There's nothing worse than shaking your live bait out. That sinker comes loose. Pretty much have to start from the beginning. Not a very long snoot, it's about 1 meter. 2 singles on there, snell, and a figure of 8. Through the mouth, up into the palate, not too deep, don't want to hurt too much. This one I'm just going to check down the back. Okay, it looks like the gap, it's just there. Just stick it in, just in there, put it under the skin, line it up just like that. We were standing there talking, Stefan's rod started bouncing. He ran down to it, picked it up, and what we thought was a cob, and then thought was a garrick. shad just under a meter. It came up to about 10.2 kilos on the measurement. We did tag and release it. Absolute catch of a lifetime. I've never seen a shad that big, so it was absolutely incredible. Stefan's going to take the time to revive her, make sure she gets back perfectly. The next day we moved down to the Atlantic side past Agulus and we went to go look for some Galjoen there. Looking for Galjoen, we used red bait. It's not my favorite type of bait. It is the smelliest bait you can get, and the smellier the better. Worked really well, so I'm not complaining, but it takes a little bit of getting used to. We also used white mussel, which I've never used before as well, and we actually ended up catching more Galjoen on the white mussel. They seem to have preferred that white mussel. We caught a couple. Stefan got about 3. I managed to sneak 1 in. I lost 1 or 2. We're using small circle hooks with little blotches of bait, and we're not striking. We just cast into the zone. You're actually casting into the kelp, and you can feel the kelp pulling your line like that, and then all of a sudden, boom, in between, those cullies come through and they pick up your bait. It was insane. This is an epic spot. It's not too far from where I stay, so I will be making the trips more often, coming to do some big stick sessions here in Struisbaai. Stefan loves to tag and release most of his fish if he can, so that's exactly what we did. He took me to a spot off the rocks, little slice of paradise.
Quite a struggle today. Water is very flat. We've had to look for some working water between the kelp. A little piece of white mussel onto a small #1 circle hook did the job.
Yeah, baby, there's our national fish. It's the Galjoen, the Galjoen. Been fishing most of the afternoon for these guys. Stefan's been absolutely impressing me. Finally, I came right. We're using small circle hooks and a little bit of red bait and some white mussel. Seems to be doing the trick. Our accommodation was unbelievable. It's absolutely beautiful. Right on the beach, there's nothing in front of you. A little grass patch, a beautiful ocean. If you're looking for a rental, Struisbaai and Agulus House Rentals got you covered. Cape Agulus, being the most southern tip of South Africa, obviously has its fair share of wind. It was absolutely blowing, but it was pristine, and you have to see this lighthouse when you come down here. It is a monument to behold. The beaches are absolutely beautiful. White pebbles, rocks, grass, beautiful flowers, some of the most insane flowers I've seen. It's absolutely pristine down here.